Straight Talk. Welcome to Straight Talk. Welcome to Straight Talk. Welcome to Straight Talk.
African president of the United States of America, President Barack Obama.
Good to see you. I just want to say everybody back home, right back at you. We appreciate you. You always give us straight talk.
And welcome to Straight Talk. Today we're going to have a long talk with a young lady who's an entrepreneur. In fact, she runs about 25 or 30 businesses, but she only works on 3.
That's right.
Hi, Yakira. How you doing?
Hi, my name is Yakira. Nice to meet you all. Yakira Levi.
Yakira Levi.
Yes.
Very good. Now, Yakira is going to tell us how to do business with each other.
Okay.
How does that work? Why are we helping each other?
Okay.
Not help ourselves by shopping with each other.
Sure. So it sounds like you're speaking on the Nguzo Saba right now. So collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, all of those things, do play a part in us working together and doing business. But first and foremost, we just need to start out with providing a great service, being prompt, being precise with what we provide, and doing our best at it. Sometimes when you're dealing with black businesses, some people say, oh, I don't want to deal with black-owned stuff because they'll take too long or they'll give you halfway.
All kinds of excuses.
Yeah, all kinds of excuses. They take too long to pay, But if we, as entrepreneurs of color, do our due diligence and do our part to get the job done with perfection and precision and pay people their change or get us what we're supposed to have.
You know who I blame for that?
Why?
Who I blame are the entrepreneur, not the business, not the people.
Okay, I agree with you. And that's what I'm speaking to right now.
Right. See, the entrepreneur himself doesn't know his position.
Okay.
As the leader of a community.
Okay.
He's the leader around whatever community he is.
Okay.
You bring him money, he spread it in the community. He helps the community. So our people don't do that. We don't ingratiate ourselves to the public. We look down our nose at them. I'm a businessman. We look down our nose at these people. They're not my friends. I don't know about these little old folks.
Okay.
I've seen it up close and personal. I've created a business group to try and. I had about 400 black businesses in Chicago at the time. It was probably more, but we had 400 in our organization.
So tell me more about the organization. Is it like a membership organization of different businesses, like a chamber of commerce, or what?
It was a business. It was called the Straight Talk Economic Roundtable.
Oh, nice.
It was named after the show.
Nice.
And the purpose was to. Well, see, I had a meeting with the Federal Labor Relations Unit.
Okay.
He and I were talking, and we got into, unemployment in the black community. Well, why are you unemployed in the black community? What do you mean, why? But there's no money floating through there. He said, how can it flow through there when it goes someplace else? He said, blacks in Chicago, I can show you the record, are making and spending $50 billion a year.
Mm-hmm. But I think it comes down...
and every $1 billion creates 50,000 full employment jobs. Every $1 billion creates 50,000 full employment jobs. So if we just spent half of it in our community, you would have jobs that you would give out on affirmative action.
Well, I think more than half of it is being spent in our community. I think all of it is being spent in our community, but it's not being spent amongst us within our community.
What I'm saying is...
You got weave, you got nails, you got barbecue, you got McDonald's. You have businesses in our community, but they're just not run by our community members. That money is going back overseas or wherever it's come, So
See, I'm not even concerned about that part.
okay,
I'm concerned about us having jobs. Okay, regardless to who we're working for. See, I'm saying our organization was, if you, what we did, I wanted them to have an alderman in their ward. In fact, I
Okay.
talked to all the aldermen. They all agreed. They were happy
okay,
because they couldn't have precinct captains. They had precinct captains, but not paid precinct captains anymore, so they were lazy. They
okay.
didn't do anything. They had little jobs, but they didn't have to, you know,
They didn't really do the work.
right, didn't
Okay.
really do the precinct work like they should.
Okay.
So bring it to the alderman. I said, listen, I need a letter from you to all your constituents stating that these businesses, name all the businesses in the community, are
And
in our
that's for
community.
all of the businesses in the community, no matter
Right.
what country
color.
they come from.
Right,
or-
don't matter what
Okay.
company.
Okay.
If you shop in these businesses, we will guarantee that unemployment will go down expeditiously.
Okay.
Now, oh, they said, yeah, that's a great idea, and they probably will listen to it. I mean, they will read it, and they think the aldermen are in charge of things stuff, so they follow what they tell them to do.
Sure.
So I had a meeting. I had all the aldermen to come to the office to the meeting,
Okay.
and
All the aldermen are in how many different wards? All of them?
in all of our black wards, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and had all the business people there.
Okay.
Not 400, but we had about 200 and some people at the meeting.
That's awesome.
And after everything was said and done, the aldermen, they were all geared up and they were happy. Oh man, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. And then I said, okay, I'm going to ask everyone to leave except the businesses who are members of the organization. If you want to have a private meeting now. So the aldermen, they all shook my hand and they left. I said, okay, now guys, tell me what do you think? The first one got up and said, man, they ain't getting out there canvassing for no alderman. Now you see where his head is?
Right.
I said, you're not canvassing for the alderman, you're canvassing for the business. I said, we want the people to shop in our community.
Right.
And they listen to the alderman. You're pretending that you're working for him, but you're working for yourself.
Right.
But you're working for yourself. You're not working for no alderman.
Sure.
And they said, well, I'm not getting out there canvassing for no alderman.
So he didn't want to pay attention to the collective work and responsibility part of it. Okay.
Not just he,
All of them?
All of them.
Oh my goodness.
except a handful of people that were, are still in business now. The rest of them out of business.
Okay.
But Cardwell from the Tailor-Right Cleaners,
Okay.
he was my vice chairman,
Okay.
and he had a meeting. He's also vice chairman on the board at Seaway Bank. And he had a meeting at Seaway that day. So after the meeting, I went to the cleaners to get my clothes. He said, oh, WL, how did the meeting go? He said, I'm sorry, I
He
couldn't
didn't
get
even
there.
come?
No, he couldn't get there because he was in a meeting at
Work.
Seaway Bank.
Okay, gotcha.
And he asked me, how did the meeting go? I said, well, the meeting went beautifully, but man, I said, these business people are crazy.
Yeah.
And I told him what happened. He said, what? He said, oh man. He said, I wish we had time to go around the my ward right now. You and I could walk around. I told him I would walk with him, He said, come on, let's go in the ward now. So we went out to his ward and knocked on a few doors. People were so elated to see him, right? Mr. Caldwell, yes, we know about, he does the laundry for the for Cubs. No, socks.
Okay.
He does all their clothing.
Nice.
And
Oh, that's a big contract.
I know,
Right there.
I know. So, they said, we know of you, but I've never been to your shop before, but I'll be there from now on. I said, you're concerned about us? You're not, we were telling them, if you have any problems, give me a call. I just want to meet my neighbors. He got big business from that. And one lady told him that there was a tree falling down over her building. Her husband had just died, and she was afraid to go in the kitchen because if that tree fall down, she said, I'm gone.
Right.
And she said, I called City Hall, and they told me to call Forestry. I called the Forestry, and they told me to call the Alderman. I called the Alderman, they told me to call Streets and Sanitation.
Just sound like the runaround to me.
It went around the board, and the Streets said, well, you got to call City Hall. So she said, I just gave up because they were trying to send me on a round robin.
Right.
And Caldwell couldn't wait. He was, nervous, writing it all down. And when we were done, we made a few more stops in his ward. We rushed back to his office, and he called the Alderman. He said, I need to see you right away, right now. And before he could hang the phone up, the Alderman was there.
Nice. Okay.
That's how they do business, people.
Right.
So he told him what happened. He said, the woman needs that tree cut down, and the next day that tree was cut down.
That's great. So that's taking care of business. That's
Right.
good. That's good.
And see, that's what all business people have the ability to do.
Sure.
Now, his place, as you know, he just kept expanding from there.
So what happened to the group of businesses that you had, like all those, like the 200 businesses?
Out of business.
You said all of them are out of business.
Not all
you
of
did
them.
say that.
Codwell is still in. The fish store, Golden's Tropical World on Ashland is still in.
So like about 5 of them are still.
You may have a little more. You may have 5 or 6
5 or
around
6.
the city, the west side. No, I can't
Out
think
of
of all of them.
200 businesses. Okay, so
Out of
are
400.
you out of 400? So are you gonna like start it up again, or like with them new businesses, or you just gonna leave
Well,
it?
no, it's a business right now. A business organization got a tape this morning.
Okay.
I'll show you the tape when we're done.
Okay.
So that's gonna be on the air.
Okay. Nice.
The place we went for the meeting was. Come on, Tony. Yeah, I know you're listening. What was it? Rehab Divas.
Rehab Divas. So
Right.
these
Ladies.
were women
Yes.
that were knocking down buildings and rebuilding them. I have to take off my hat to them.
right.
If I had on a hat, I'd take it off and tip it.
They got a beautiful place on 79th and
Yes.
Champaign.
Okay.
Right in the corner of 79th and Champagne.
Nice.
And, I just know that, not only them, some of the other businesses. What's the group before the millennials?
I don't
Baby
know.
boomers?
The baby boomers is probably our age group, maybe. I don't know. Don't get me
I think the
lying,
baby
but
boomers
it's
been-
generation.
X, yeah. That's way
The
down
millennium,
now.
then we're in X right now, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
millennials way back up there.
Millennials are right. No, millennials are right under my age group.
What is that?
I'm not telling you that, but
What year-
millennials are
what
under
year
my
are
age
millennials?
group. No.
Okay, well I know anyway. I was trying to see if you knew.
I know, but I'm not telling you my age because that's
But
telling the
but
whole world.
what I'm saying is the millennials are now doing what should have been done back then. See, they got a different attitude. You're showing that. You're showing that there's a different attitude towards business. You got to bow down. You can't stand up tall. I'm greater than everybody else, and people, wait,
Yeah.
they're not gonna shop with you.
Yeah. So that leads us to talking about my nonprofit organization. Because I blend in, and I
yes.
give back, So Core
Yeah,
Music Foundation is the nonprofit.
Core Music Foundation,
Core Music
okay.
Foundation, dedicated to music, literacy, and the arts. We've been around as a 501c3 tax-exempt organization since 2008. We incorporated in 2005, but the original core concept started in 1994. So We had like a college chapter after we first started it, and that's pretty much the progression of the whole process. But now we're doing more than just music. Of course, it's music, literacy, and the arts, but it's also outreach to the homeless, etc.
Right.
Over 37,000 free meals is what we've passed out so far year to date. All of our programming has been free year to date. I've written grants and gotten more than $250,000, but that's not really a lot, you know, when you think of the span of time and doing this in addition to all the other, you know, entrepreneurial things that I do, you know, as well as some more work to get some more steady income. So, but Core Music Foundation has an annual event every year. It's a free barbecue party, and it's the One Love celebration, and everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. It's an all ages free event. We're going to be at the lakefront on August 25th from 2 to 7, and this is the 63rd Street Beach. So we're going to have free vegetarian food for everybody.
You said the magic word.
Vegetarian?
Vegetarian food.
Yes.
Yes.
There was a time that I did always have the vegetarian food and maybe have some chicken, like have somebody barbecue chicken, because there were people that weren't ready for the whole vegetarian switch just yet. But for the past 4 years...
But if they were hungry, they'll eat it.
Yeah. But for I think about the past 4 years, 3 or 4 years, it's been strictly vegan,
Yes.
and everybody has eaten up all the food. It's been great every time, you know. And we get a lot of people to donate, businesses to donate, you know. So Soul Vegan Gourmet has always donated to us. Daisies is gonna donate to us. They're actually in a new location. I reached out to Brother Sadakia with Manjani's, and who actually even Arizona, the drinks, they're giving us juice. They always give us juices, you know. So
Juice is made from what?
made from fruit juice. But they do have a little sugar in there. That's why I said even Arizona, because that's not 100% fresh squeezed juice or whatever, but the people love it, and we
If
get
it's in
free
a jar,
food too.
if it's in a jar, it's not any good.
Yeah, you're right, but we gonna have it out there though. So
Yeah, but somebody's gonna drink it.
everybody. But you're right, and it would be best if we had some 100% natural juice
That you made yourself, yeah.
that I made myself, but in due time.
Because you got to make it and drink it right then and there.
Yeah,
You got to squeeze your orange juice and drink it there.
I remember those days, but today ain't that day. So, but I do have a friend that has a juicer, and she juices every day. You know, so Rose gratitude. If there's anybody out there that wants a good healthy, I don't know to call her a trainer, but she helps people get a vegan diet in order. She creates food, delivers it to them, and
Wow.
juices as well. Yeah, so that's one of my sisters I grew up with. But back to my businesses, right? Not only do I run Core Music Foundation not-for-profit, but I also run Wideview Publishing, which is a publishing company for music, books, and media. And year to date, we've written a lot of books. I've published a lot of articles, had stuff written and published in the Chicago Defender, Hyde Park Herald. I've held a high position at the West Suburban Journal. So I'm definitely in that lane, but I'm glad to have switched from working for them and doing photography and journalism for other people. And even though I still like doing that for pay, I run a media platform that's an internet radio station and media platform combined. and I put a lot of my photos and my stories and video work on there as well. So it's also a podcast where you can do on-demand listening to interviews and things. Some of our interviews we've done right here in your studio, and those were great. I have a little recorder where I do audio recording as well, so I'm portable. I go to different places. We've been at some of the same places recording together. Okay, when the AU ambassador was here, we were both recording there. So, yeah, I'm happy to be in the media world, international journalist in the union, all of that. So, yeah, redhotradio.fm. Check us out. Wide View Publishing, books, music, and media.
Red Hot.
redhotradio.fm. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes. And Core Music Foundation.
So which one do you like better?
I like all of them. It's a triangle. They all feed each other. So I call it the Core Triangle or the Threefold Association of Core, because it all started with the core that I originally came up with before college. And then, as I stated, how it grew with me when I was in college, and we got the college chapter. And then eventually I opened a company, Wide View Publishing, but I started it as a sole proprietorship. And then eventually I merged that with, to make that an actual S corporation.
Right.
And then Core Music Foundation, every time I make money through my for-profit companies, a portion of that money goes to feed Core Music Foundation non-for-profit. So
it's a tax deduction.
It's a tax deduction as well, but it's still giving back.
Yeah,
in a way that I know
yes.
that the people are actually getting what I'm
saying you're making money, but then you gotta pay taxes on the money.
Absolutely.
So you give it to the not-for-profit, you ain't gotta pay taxes on it.
I still gotta pay taxes. True.
Not on that money.
Just on that little piece that I gave, I didn't have to pay taxes.
That's where I'm coming from.
Right. But it's still
and it's going to your organization. It's going to help your organization.
It is, and it's still gratifying. But still, that's not enough. We need more than what my little organizations are giving to make things go. So if anybody wants to donate to Core Music Foundation, go to our website, coremusicfoundation.org, and go to the donate portion and just click on that and make a donation, and we will be happy to receive that. And you can get a tax exempt 501c3 receipt that'll allow you to get a little discount on your taxes as well. Yeah. So.
Right. In other words, you got to pay it to Uncle Sam, so why not pay it to you?
Yeah.
To your organization, I should say.
Yeah. And wouldn't you rather give your money to an organization that you know is putting that money straight into the community, and all of the events and programming and everything is 100% free? I know you would like that. And you get to come and hang out with us all the time. and help out even.
Now, you wouldn't be talking to the guys now, would you?
I'm talking to everybody. Guys, girls, grandmas, grandpas, everybody.
Well, if I say you got to come hang out with me, I'm talking to the girls.
Okay, that's him. That's him. Straight talk. He telling you straight up.
Right on.
WL. So what does WL stand for?
Wild Lover.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Wild Lover. That's what he said. I have nothing to do with that.
You asked it.
All right, so if that's what you went to, holla at WL. Yes. So tell me about some of your businesses.
Well, I'm just doing detective services now.
Okay.
Detective and protective. Actually, this detective services is very broad because we have to do investigations for clients, security for clients, and I hate the snooping part where you got to snoop around on the wife. I don't mind catching the husband bad, but I don't want to catch the woman bad.
So that's like the Cheaters show. Have you ever seen
It's not like
that?
cheaters because I get paid.
Oh, but I'm sure somebody's getting paid on that Cheaters show, right?
Yeah, that's the show.
The detectives.
They're doing it. I mean, yeah, they got advertisers.
Right. Which we finally got on our station. So I'm happy to get that. But once again, we got to keep it flowing.
Which
Get
reminds
more.
me, we're gonna take a little break and let you see some of our
That's right.
advertisers.
Keep it flowing.
Be right back after these messages. Tropical world. Come to Golden's Tropical World for tropical fish of all sizes, colors, and types, and other small animals like iguanas and birds from all over the world. There are beautiful tanks, pet supply needs, including dog and cat foods, and expert consultation. Check out Golden's Tropical World, 8611 South Ashland Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Call ahead, 773-239-8809. Your pet shop.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's good? What's up? What's happening today?
Let's hit those pearly whites, man.
Yeah! The boys, check it out.
Stand up, do my terrorists, don't compare us.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to try?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Stoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees.
Why?
Why?
Why are you following me?
Why my hoodie make me look suspicious?
Why does my music make me dangerous?
Why are people that are supposed to protect me attacking me?
Why are you afraid of me? Why do you think I'm dangerous?
Why do I afraid of people who are supposed to protect me?
Why can't I make a peace sign without you labeling the gang sign?
Why does standing your ground only work when I'm on the ground?
Why do you show this photo over this one?
Why do you only stop and frisk me?
Why do you have low expectations for me?
Why can I run down the street without causing alarms?
Why do you think I'm a thug?
Why do you assume I'm armed?
Why can I breathe?
Why is my mom scared every time I leave the house?
Why are you targeting me?
Why am I a target?
Why?
Why? Why? I know why. And it has to stop.
It must stop.
Because I have dreams. Because I can change the world.
Because I'll make a difference. Because I have a family. Because I am strong.
Because I'm talented.
I have a voice.
I can find a cure.
I have goals. I can lead the country. I am determined.
I have a future.
Because I'm a scholar.
I am powerful.
I'm someone's friend. I'm someone's brother.
I'm someone's son. Someone loves me.
And because my life matters too.
My life matters.
My life matters.
My life matters. My life matters. My life matters.
Our lives matter.
And so did theirs.
Every now and then I get that feeling, and I've got something I want to say.
One of the great things about being a vegan is that the uniqueness of it.
And I've got to say it my way.
And so gathered with me today are just a sampling of those vegans who have become loyal supporters of Soul Vegetarian.
Welcome to Soul Vegetarian Restaurant.
What? My sign. You take my sign, put my sign up, let the folks know that I sponsored part of it.
That's right. So we started out the show and you said that I was going to talk about how we should do business, right?
Go right ahead.
I think I'm here to learn from you because you're the elder, right? So you need to tell me and tell us how we should be doing business.
We should be doing business just as we are doing business with each other, though.
Yes.
Instead of, and not just each other, business in your community. I don't care who's in the community. Mm-hmm. You know, as long as you're shopping in the community, you got to let the entrepreneur know that we're shopping in this community to create jobs for this community. So anybody working in here must be a member of this community.
Okay.
Now, when we run out of members of this community in need of jobs, then you can bring other folks in. But they still have to come through. You have an office in each community. Mm-hmm. Still have to come through our office, and we have to know who that person is, and so on and so forth.
That's right. I agree with that 100%. And now here's another thing, though. Because I've worked for some black businesses before, and I was like, okay, when I start my business, I promise I'll never do this. And I'll tell you what this is. One particular organization, but it's more than one. It's a bunch of them that has the same pattern. They never like to pay people on time. How can black businesses do better with that? And what do you think it would take for us to do better with that?
Put yourself in debt.
Say that again.
Put yourself in debt.
Okay, so take out loans and make sure you have those paychecks covered.
Yeah, but see, first off, if you got people who work with you, they understand. Like, for instance, my agency sometimes. At one point, we had about 1,000 people working. They're working, they're going to get paid, but you got companies who oftentimes are slow paying you. You know, you got, like, for
that
instance,
net 30 days turned into 90 days.
No,
they're supposed to
we had
pay
to get
you.
paid, yeah.
Right.
At least once a month, 30 days.
They're
right.
supposed to pay you once a month.
Well, most pay once a week.
Okay.
But A&P, we had 55 A&P stores.
Okay.
They paid weekly.
Okay.
Every week, no problem. You know, so they kept us kind of alive.
Okay.
But the other businesses, like Kentucky Fried,
yes,
we had about 30 of their stores. I had to send someone to Atlanta, Georgia, to pick up a check for $200,000 or $300,000 on 4 or 5 different occasions because they weren't paying.
So, but why? Okay, so because I thought that was usually a problem with black businesses. Kentucky Fried Chicken is obviously not a black business.
No.
So why do you think they would hold up something that's supposed to be a net 30 days, or in your case, net 7 days? Why would they take so long to pay? This is a big, major corporation.
And that's how they do it. They do that. I'll give you another example. We had one business, National Tea.
Okay.
We had Del Farm first. Del Farm and National Tea was owned by the same company. So when the big drought came, they merged. Mm-hmm. So we had both stores, both companies. So guess about 60 stores all total. And no, more than that. Because the AMP had 50. Not the AMP, National Tea had 50.
They had a lot.
Yeah, and Del Farm had about 25.
Okay.
So maybe about 75 stores we had with them.
Del Farm, what is that, milk?
No, Del Farm stores.
Okay, so they sell everything. It's a
Just
grocery store.
just like National Tea.
Okay, gotcha.
But they were owned by the same company, but just had different names.
Understood. Okay.
And when I look up, these people was about $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah. So I call, and I'm struggling to try and keep money going.
You should have had me working for you. I would have harassed them. It wouldn't have been a couple, almost $1 million, $500,000.
Let me tell you, I called for the president.
Mm-hmm.
The vice president called me back. Said, "You called for the president, Jeffrey?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you know, I'm in charge of
payroll,
contracts.
Okay.
Contracted companies.
Okay.
What can I do for you?" I said, "You can pay me."
Right. You can pay me now.
He said, "Man," he said, "we're 3 or 4 weeks behind with everybody." And he said, "You're in the big time now. You got to be able to sustain yourself until you get paid by us." I said, "I'm going to sustain myself by getting away from you."
Right.
He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I need my money. I got to get paid."
Right.
He said, "You are going to get paid." He said, "But like I said, we got other stores with 4 or 5 weeks behind, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks behind." I said, "We're way further than that. We're much further than that. We're about 15 weeks behind."
Right.
He said, "Oh," so we better get you a couple of weeks then.
Give me all of it.
They sent a couple of weeks. They give us a couple of weeks, and I started my reduction because I saw the problem. They were getting ready to close down.
Okay.
So I have 3 or 4 people don't go to work. They call me, "We need a man at such and such." I said, "I don't have any more men available."
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It wouldn't have got to almost $500,000.
Yeah.
Not on my watch.
But after he did that, I tell you, it took a while, but by the time we closed, they may have owed me maybe, by the time they closed down completely, they may have owed me maybe $25,000.
Did they pay up on everything? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So did you go to court or did they file for bankruptcy when
I got it from their insurance.
Okay. See, so I'm thinking this is only like a people of color thing. This is everybody.
Right.
Okay. So how do we defeat that?
Well, you know, even one of my newer customers right now, well, actually, they finally went out of, I don't know if they're out of business, but it was one of the most famous hotels downtown.
Okay. You don't want to say the name?
No.
Okay.
But it was always 2, 3, 4 weeks behind.
But that can be okay if you're expecting a net 30 day. Like if you're expecting to get paid every month.
I expect to get paid net 7.
Right, I hear you. But a month, okay.
Keep you...
But you know, because you got mortgages to pay or you got bills that you have to pay every month. So it's not fair for them to hold back on money that they owe you, just like it wouldn't be fair for you. Like, I don't think it's okay for anybody to do it, you know?
Yeah, but they do it.
Yeah.
They do it. They do it with, see, most businesses, I'll give you an example. Chicago Park District.
Yeah.
One of our companies had responsibility for hiring people, different divisions of the park, like cleanup people, security, I don't know what else, but anyway, they called me and said, W.R., we got an assignment for you in the Park District. I said, in the Park District? He said, yes. We talked about the pay, and I said, when do we get paid? Well, when you make it, when you do your invoice, when you send your invoice,
Right.
you set it up for payment.
Right, and then it goes through the comptroller, and
he
then
said we set it up
you
for
got to
payment.
fill out some more papers and take it. Right, because I've had contracts with, yeah.
But anyway, I said, we get paid once a week. He said, no, you won't be once a week now. It's got to be once a month.
Right.
I said, once a month? He said, yes. And I said, I'll get my check here once a month. He said, yeah. And the girl said, don't lie to the man.
Right. And a month
You
and a half.
You set your payment up. No, you may get it once a year. You may get some.
Oh, I never went through that.
Yeah.
I never went through that.
Well,
I had my paperwork, and I got everything every month. So maybe because I'm annoying, and I'm just gonna keep coming
how many
back.
people do you have working?
At the time, I only had 5 employees, but I also had some junior employees that were like kids, like older kids. But I got other grant monies to give them, like an honorarium, you know. So that was fine. But all of that was like project based. It wasn't like all year long. So if I have a contract, then I hire people based on that contract, you know, for if it's 6 months or seasonal, and then that's it. So yeah, but a whole year.
Man, listen, it wasn't just the Park District. Danny Davis was the alderman at the time. He took me, when Harold Washington was mayor, we went up to wasn't Chicago Housing? Yeah, Chicago Housing.
Is it like the
Chicago Housing, the projects.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And
CHA.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Danny and the guy in charge of hiring for that, they were talking, and I was reading. And I read the specs. It said when you get paid. And I said, Danny, let's go. He said, wait, I'm not finished yet. He said, you going to sign a contract? I said, I'm not signing a contract with this. He said, why not? I said, look at this, man.
And when did it say?
You set yourself up for payment by each month. You do all your invoices 1 month and set them up for payment.
It's like a voucher system, yeah.
Yeah.
With the city, yeah.
And I know of a surety that it takes 6 to 8 months if you're doing it like that. I thought it had changed, right?
But what kind of a contract? Was it a huge contract? Like, because sometimes what I've experienced too, sometimes they will reimburse you. So they expect you to do the work. And maybe they figure since you're a business or whatever, you've got credit, you know, through your bank.
Yeah, but then who wants to borrow money from the bank? You got to pay interest on that. They don't reimburse you for that.
But see, that's the thing that we need to talk about, though. I think we need to talk about credit. We need to talk about marketing. And we need to talk about still being accountable. Because even if somebody owes you money, right? If I'm working for you, you still owe me money. And you need to pay me every whatever we have our agreement to so that I can handle my responsibilities. And I should do the same thing. And that's what I was looking at with some of the businesses that I've worked with before, when I'm like, okay, as an entrepreneur, that's a thing that I'm avowed not to do, you know, and I've been successful with that, you know, and happy that I was able to do that. But it is hard, but a lot of us don't always have access to credit. You know, a lot of us don't always have collateral to get, you know, the financing that we need to make that happen. But I think that you're right when you say
even getting that financing.
Yeah.
You owe money.
Yeah.
You got to pay them.
Yeah.
Plus interest.
Yeah.
And the longer they take to pay you, the longer you're going to take to pay them.
And the higher the interest, right?
You end up losing.
So what? But the whole conversation is, how do we do business? So what do we do? We just give up, or what? What do you think we should do?
I never give up. I never gave up.
Okay.
I just continued. You know.
Because you said out of those 400 businesses, it's only about maybe 10 or a handful that are still in business, right?
Right.
So we all know that it's true that the turnover rate for small businesses, like some of them dissipate within the first 3 years.
The turnover rate is based upon their attitude.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Chatham Foods?
Am I?
Familiar with Chatham Foods?
Not really. I've heard of them, but I've never been in there.
Now, he was a consummate businessman.
Okay.
But he still had a problem. He had a flaw. Okay. People loved him so much that they piled into his store like that. And it was real small.
That's a problem?
Wait a minute. It was a real small store. You had to squeeze through. And but people still was coming. They were crowding there every day.
Yeah. So
I told him, I said, Leonard, there's a space right next door. Why don't you get that, man, and make a hole and expand it?
Right.
He said, you get too big, I can't control it. I said, what do you want to control? I said, you got employees all around. You let them do their business.
Sure.
Put another security. I had a security guard in the store. Put another security guard if you need.
Sure.
I said, no, man, it's just too big. And I told him, I said, you know, with your attitude, your personality, he would give a picnic once a year and out by the beach. March.
You sound like you doing me. Doing my thing. A picnic once a year at the beach. Okay, that sounds exactly like our event, August 25th, 63rd Street Beach. Be there, 2 to 7. Go ahead.
We would march down 79th Street all the way to the park.
Okay.
A march.
Like a parade?
A parade, yes.
Okay.
The city supported it. People loved it.
Yeah.
And he fed everybody.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So, and then what?
Once a year, every year.
And it's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Then, he was at the meeting one Thursday. He said, okay, W, I got to go. I got a shipment coming in. I said, don't you have a receiving clerk? He said, yeah, but I got to be there watching. That was his only flaw.
Yeah.
You know, he was great, he, you know, ingratiated himself to the public to the extent that they loved him.
Yes.
And they would follow her backwards to get into the little store and shop.
Yes. Okay, so let's just back up just a little bit, because I graduated from Columbia, right? My BA is in management. I'm currently still working on my master's, MBA, right? Master's in Business Administration. But I don't have all the answers, okay? What this conversation is enlightening, because you're giving like real history and real accounts of actual businesses and what people have done, right? Now, even though I might be doing some of those things now, and there might be other people that are listening to us that says, yeah, I can relate to going to some black businesses and they not paying me my check on time, and then I decided to go work for somebody else or whatever, right? Or I went to a black t-shirt owner and they was supposed to do create some designs for me on my t-shirts, and I got there and the stuff wasn't ready in time, and they just said, oh, you'll understand because we friends or we homies or you live down the block. Okay, all of that is bad. The thing that you just spoke about with this man, I would think that because he had all of that business coming in, that would be good, that his store was crowded. But what you just taught me is that sometimes your downfall is when you don't know when to expand, when you don't know when to think bigger.
Well, see, he did so well that he, when he decided to retire, he was going to turn it over to his son, who had an MBA.
Nice.
And his son said, I don't want no grocery store. They got a job downtown making $150,000 a year.
Yeah.
So he had to sell it to someone else.
He could have kept it in the family and just had somebody else manage it, maybe.
Nobody wanted to, I guess.
Okay. Because of the way that he did it in a way that was comfortable for him, instead of doing it in a way that like a Jewel's or like another store where he could have made it into a franchise or something.
Man, this man could have, with his personality, attitude to business, he could have created multi-stores around the city.
Right.
And just go and be seen or heard in each one. Everybody knew about him all over the city anyway.
And that's Chatham Foods?
Right.
So is it still working, and is it still, now that he's gone,
no,
do they still have that crowd?
The other people didn't get it, so they had to close.
I see. Because the people came for him because they liked him.
Right.
I got it.
And he stayed there, I guess he had to be at least 30 years there.
Okay.
And there was no reason why he could not have a chain of supermarkets.
Right.
Except the fact that he didn't think he could control them all.
Right.
I said, how do you think Joe control all the businesses they got?
Right.
And A&P.
You know what though? That's a good. No, this is a good point for me to hear, right? Because I'm kind of like that. You know, it's like I want things to be perfect. You know, I want everything to be like this, but sometimes you do have to loosen your grip a little bit in order to expand.
Right.
You know, so that's a lesson learned for me. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And guess what? We are out of time.
Okay.
But it was good talking with you.
It was great.
Tell the people again where they can find you and where they can find your business.
Sure. Okay. So redhotradio.fm. That's online. You can also go to our non-for-profit organization online, coremusicfoundation.org, and that's CORE, musicfoundation.org. Wideview Publishing is also wideviewpublishing.com, so hopefully we'll see you online.
Okay.
Thank you,
good.
WL.
Thank you.
It was great.
You're nice. You got a strong grip there, girl.
Do I really? I'm sorry. Let me loosen up a little bit.
No, tight.
Grip
it. Grip it.
All right.
Let people know you. Let people know you mean it. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. We discussed about real things, real happenings, and how we can do what we can do to alleviate the problem we have in our community. A lot of folks say, look what they're doing to the north side. They're not doing anything for our neighborhood. They're not doing this and they're not doing that. Who? The city. I said, what does the city have to do with your neighborhood? But keep the streets paved. Keep the sidewalks clean. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you see all them high rises they building on the north side? I said, yeah, they're not doing it. You know who's doing it? We are doing it. That's where we take our money, to the north side. Thank you very much. We'll see you this time tomorrow.